Hi guys, wherever you are. It's a chilly day here in Wanaka today, and I've just finished a session and I wanted to discuss something with you guys. And I went through my, what do you call it? Filing cabinet. See, the filing cabinet's full. So I went through the filing cabinet and I found something from 2017, December 2017, that I spoke to my guides about, and it's about DNA. So here goes. So this was on the 4th of December 2017. I said, "Dear DNA, ha ha ha, I'm still interested in the D and A." So for you who might not know, my two main guides are Dominus and Aurelius. So I call them DNA. I said, I'm interested in the actual DNA, human DNA. So is there a way that humanity can change their own DNA? Okay, I see it once. What was a whirligig with a disc in the middle and two twisting parts on either side. Oh, you tell me. This is a rotation of energy. One can energize one's system to a new level, which can change the structure that you inhabit. And as we said before, you have the ability to will a dead cell to life. I said, yes, but how does humanity do this? How can we be in charge of our power when we can't decide which holiday to take, which dress to purchase, or which restaurant to eat at? We require strength of mind and quiet to go within, to recalibrate, realign, and remanufacture the new strands. I thought, oh, that's interesting. What is it that you require will go within and make it happen? We say this is a new phase of humanity when it learns what it is capable of doing. Then you will see much happening, many changes, great technology emerging, and the power of the mind will be able to move whole structures. Buildings will be built by gravity and using the force field to work with you, not against you. Your systems are antiquated, and gravity has many lessons still to provide. All is energy. And what is it that earthlings give their energy to? Which direction do they point it? And what is it that they accumulate within and without? Food is fuel for your turbo blaster or for your 1920 Model T Ford. So which is the one that you choose? Do you want to be the turbo blaster or the old antiquated Model T Ford? Both take different fuel. You won't be able to go to the moon on the fuel that runs a Model T Ford. Such is it with the food/fuel that you partake of. We wish for humanity to take stock and see the diseases disappear when the fuel is changed. We say, lift thy thoughts to another and see wherein lies the problem. For anything artificial manufactured is not to be consumed. Natural plant-based items are assimilated with ease, but any addition, whether additives or preservatives, to make the food, which is not fuel for you, will destroy your system. And this is where humanity is controlled. The pills and the potions for the slimmer, the body beautiful, the generic items are not what is fuel for the body. We need to see a cleansing of the body and the mind. Reduce the waste that filters via those modes, the ears and the mouth. Is it fresh for the ears and for the mouth? Does it grow naturally without enhancers? Well, then it can be ready for consumption. A body will not respond to a heavy substance with ease, for this is hard work. And the organs and the arteries then have a heavy load to distribute. And so parts start to break down. We say your fuel is your answer. Your DNA will flourish. There won't be anomalies. And there will be a solid and sound structure for reproduction. Why would somebody wishing to be fertile fill their structure with unnatural substances? To grow a human, one needs nature in its purest form. There are many with fertility problems. We say, look at the enhancers in the food manufacturers. What are they placing into your view? But we say, do not imbibe. Look at what is good to consume that won't cause harm, that which can be thrown away after 3 days. Then that is fit to eat, for food which lingers is not the food recommended for your system. So no GE food and nothing artificial. Okay, I said, thanks guys. So what else can you tell us tonight? Well, many want to see the light. But to see the light, one must be light. If one wants happiness, one must be happiness. If one wants to be a light worker, then one must hold light thoughts and have light vibrations. For anything light rises. Look at the bubbles, look at the feathers floating on the breeze. These are light movements, light moments. When humans have problems, one then has let one's guard down, become bogged down, heavy on thought processes. However, on occasions, these moments will come to see how you react. If you allow the weight to drag you down, then your vibrations have been allowed to be influenced by another. But your energy, your fuel is within you as your voice box. And these are your choices. It is okay to be able to comfort a bottom dweller from on high. For one can see the murky waters from the height above without getting one's weak feet. But don't go so close or too close. Otherwise, you will get sucked in. So we say rise above and be judged by your lightness of being. We wish for souls to develop a responsibility of self. We wish for the hardship humans feel they have to be well thought out, and how they actually manage to get into the predicament of the hardship. For we said that you have a ship to sail, and is it a hard ship or is it an easy ship? When you moan and you groan to others, what is it that you are wanting to hear in return? Their moans and groans? And how is that working in your favor? We say, think about how you landed where you did. On what platform are you landing, standing? And is it to your own design? Is it not? This is your design. This is why you're standing there. So maybe it's time to get creative and design a new landing pad, free floating, to not be bound to another. We really wish for you to think about self, for self, and unto self. Do not bind others down, but rather be uplifting. Rise above is a very good saying, but how many people are actually capable of practicing this? So that's what they did on the 19th. No, sorry, the 4th of December. But then I wasn't finished. I still wanted to know all about the DNA. So on the 19th, I said to them, so what else can you tell me about this DNA? Look at this darn hair of mine. It's driving me insane. Okay. Guys, what can you tell me about DNA? I said, they said, transfiguration is DNA. It's the ability to transfigure, as you all have. Your being was created under a microspore. It was a biological experiment from the universes. Many were involved, and a seeding took place for a new race and a new planet. For the old planets were being harmed by intruders, marauders, and there was a great unrest. Your DNA is now not compatible with the new vibrations that are taking place, so we need to tweak it in order for you to fit into the new paradigm. It is a holographic universe that you are partaking in, and we have the ability to change the DNA at will. This is my guide speaking to me. However, there's free will within your planet, and many are being taken to be experimented on against their will. And there's unrest within the other species for flaunting this basic rule that governs us. There's a power struggle going on, as we mentioned before, for the souls of humanity. And DNA is a large part of this ascension. It's a plan that some are trying to manipulate to create a change favorable to their quarter. Does that answer your question? Well, sort of. But you told me ages ago about a double and a triple helix that are available, that you have the latter, not the former. No, you actually say a quadruple helix, in fact. It is total transmutation. We are in the process of upgrading your DNA into a triple helix in order to cope with the downloads we give you in a more concise manner. So I've got triple helix. We will continue to clear your vessel that you inhabit for a smooth transmissions. For this mission is an important mission. It's one of your biggest yet. Thus, this mission surpasses the building of a planet, an earth-like substance, because we are talking about souls and the harvest of the field of humanity. It is time for the prisoners to be released. For this earth planet has imprisoned many of its occupants, but with seeding ideas and the technologies that you are learning to live with, many have now reached a status of a graduate in the way they are graduating out of the prison through a new system of learning and being. And then they said to me, we say it is time to leave the madhouse, the asylum, and it's time to step into a brighter reality, a new vision for living in life. There are many ways an energy can thrive. Not all take form. And as we stated, some are in a gaseous state. But for the human state to thrive, they need food, shelter, and warmth. Their emotional field needs a sense of belonging. And they've replaced the sense of belonging with religion and doctrine and dogma. It has been manufactured and it has been sold to them, to their emotions, through fear. We say, this is a crock, as you say on earth. This has been revealed to them in increments, and it's timely that they learn this prior to the leveler in order for them to step into the power that they are. This is what we wish to share, this message of self-empowerment. And it is time to stop handing over self-responsibility. It is time for earthlings to grow up, because now is the time for adulthood. So you said yesterday that an old child, well, yes, many earthlings are such. They aren't adults, they're just children in an adult's body. It is really time for them to look at the words adult and adulthood and all that that conveys and carries. And we would like to stem the tide of radicalism from any area, be it political, religious, fanaticism in any way, shape or form is fear-mongering from the leaders and for the recipients. And when this is running rampant, for it is something that is not under the recipient's control, then what happens? You have warfare. It is not what we wish to see, because we wish you to be a calmer of the way, the captain of the ship, bringing it into a harbor, a safe harbor. And this safe harbor resides in each soul's capacity. Guys, you have a safe harbor. Humans are their own harbors. They need to know they are the captain of their ship because they steer their own vessels. The sea is like the one. It is for all, and there's space for all their ships. Sometimes it's rough, and other times the sailing's a little smoother. One needs to know one's vessel well before one travels on the high seas. Some need just to be on a pond or a lake and just get the correct tutorial for their vessel before they decide to take on a larger body of water. For as water is soothing, it can also destroy because it's part of nature, and its strength is stronger than any man-made object. So now we return to DNA. DNA, it is structure. It is the basis of your design and the way you were designed and how you function. For if there is an error in the DNA, then there is an error in your ways. And so now, okay, so I've said that, right? Okay, the new mankind, the new humanity that is being incarnated, many come with a different DNA that is very slightly altered, so lightly that scientists won't find it easily, but it's there. And it is there to increase the willpower of the people. The strength in the new DNA will cope with the lifting vibrations of Gaia, and it will help 10,000-fold, for the current humanity doesn't have the same capacity to receive the signals that are now being transmitted. The signals are subtle. And there are many that are light workers that are lifting towards the light, the group to ascend as a whole. So they said to me that I will receive more as they proceed with the new dialogues that they will have with me. This was in 2017. I had no idea of the discourse and everything that was going to happen then. And they said that they will give me more. I will be receiving more. The stage is set. The lights are on dim. The audience awaits. We have set this in order. It is part of your new paradigm. It'll be very pleasing to you. There will be many interactions with many humans who are receiving the lessons for the new discourse to begin. And the other pieces of your puzzle, your team members, they're going to start arriving. All the ripples are in place. Your words will spread across your planet Earth as we speak through you. The American Alba did her job, as you are now doing yours. A clearing through your initial session with Alba took place. And we are happy with the new demeanor that you carry, this new confidence that we see growing, and the new understanding as you download the information is being accepted in the manner in which we wished it to be received. A new dawn and a new day and a new earth and a new being. This is ascension. Amen. And amen broken into two, the am and the en, meaning you are a spark of light and you are boundless. So isn't that amazing that I did that all those years ago? And now when I read it and I listen to it, it's quite interesting because I'd forgotten all about that. And I've got a whole cabinet full of all these writings. So every now and then I'll sort of like dig in and see what we've got. I've got quite a few interviews coming up with super people from all over the world, and I'll start downloading them or uploading them, whatever you call it, in the next few weeks. But until then, have a great new week and take care. Cheers.